Real Agriculture's coverage of Agritechnica 2019 is brought to you by Brevant. Seed, yield, easy. Sean Haney here with Real Agriculture. We're at Agritechnica in Hanover, Germany, brought to you by Brevant. Right now we are joined by Chad Colby. Chad, how's it going?
Hey, it's great to see you. Long ways from home, aren't we?
Just a little ways, dealing with the time change. I think we're both doing okay. It's all that German beer. Okay, Chad, we're in day 2 here. There's a lot of stuff that's been released. Of course, we have the silver and the gold medal award winners for innovation. After 2 days here, what have been some of your impressions, some takeaways from the show here this year in Hanover?
You know, it's hard to dispute a show like this when it comes to just raw new products and new technology. You know, right off the top, I mean, everybody's been talking about it in the States. My social media has been on fire with all the releases from John Deere. Of course, they got their new 7 and 8R that just came out in the last few weeks. And then they got this new little combine that's just got everybody all wound up back home because there's not a lot of details on it, but it's coming. But it's just pretty exciting to see some technology. And then they've really got that forward look into the future of farming, if you want to call it that, with some amazing new products. Electric drive machines, dare I say, drones. I mean, you can imagine me, the drone guy. It's about time. And we've all kind of known that this stuff was in the works, but here you can see it for the first time, and it's pretty impressive.
What we kind of took away from that future farming zone of John Deere's is that even John Deere isn't really clear on the future direction of, cab or driverless tractors versus the cab of the future, but they definitely want to be in both streams.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. And I think if you and I had 10 farmers here, there'd be 10 different opinions, right? There's still a lot of guys that, are slow to adapt that variable rate technology, let alone driverless, fully autonomous. But there's going to be some applications for that without question. It's just kind of fun to get a little chance to see behind the curtain a little bit so we get an idea of what they're talking about. It's kind of fun to see it.
Well, and is all of it going to happen? Of course not. Right. It's about expanding your imagination, having a little bit of fun, and talking about the what if. Right. A lot of times we jump to the practical, here's what's not going to work, and not focusing on enough the what is actually possible.
Well, and you can always go to social media and talk about the negatives because those are easy to do. But I think the hard reality is you got to put it out there first and learn what the market's going to want, and then go from there. But it's neat. Case has got a new tractor. I think the Puma's here. Got to see that as well. There's just a lot of stuff. I think it's interesting that, to me, walking around, there's a lot of push, it seems, toward electric drive. Massey's got a tractor. Of course, we mentioned John Deere. Steyr's got a tractor. So that's in the Case Industrial family. So that's New Holland and Case are right there. So it's pretty neat to see where that's going to develop. I can tell you, last December, I drove Caterpillar's new dozer, which is similar design to like the John Deere. So big diesel engine, the same as what we're used to. So what I would tell you is your normal 300 horse tractor would still have a 300 horse diesel engine in it, but the drive system would be generator and electric drive. I have a hard time explaining how amazing that is because you're operating a piece of equipment at 100% torque all the time, and the efficiency of the engine is 30 and 40% less. Yeah. And to me, it seems like that's probably where this path is going to end up going. And it's exciting because that is amazing. Less moving parts, operationally, the costs are less. So I think it's a lot of fun to see all this electric stuff here because it's coming. Now, it's not going to be for everybody. I get that, and the naysayers are always going to be there saying that to you and I every time. But I think it's fun seeing that technology.
Yeah, clearly here a move to electric. They're pushing hard for it. What about this idea that we're moving very quickly from, okay, you need to collect your data. Okay, we figured that part out. Yep. But with the move towards a lot of focus here on artificial intelligence, it's now, okay, what do we actually do with some of that data?
Yeah, that's, listen, that challenge has been around for a long time. A lot of your viewers right now have been collecting yield data for 10 or 20 years and still don't know what to do with it. So I think there's a push there. The other thing I've noticed walking around too, have you seen all the row crop cultivators? Horsch's got a new one with some great technology, but I mean a lot of them. And over here, they certainly have a lot of different regulations with chemical application than we do in North America. But listen, I've got friends that are already thinking about, they're using strip till now. They're wondering other ways to manage weeds, and it's neat seeing that technology, just like you say, even pushed down to a cultivator. I saw one yesterday where it sees the weeds, and if it doesn't have a weed, Sean, it lifts up. So it's not disturbing the soil. Oh, there's a weed coming, and then it lowered in the ground. I was like, okay, that's cool. And it works. It's right there. So it's just neat. It's just really hard to duplicate this show. I mean, the first time I was here was 2 years ago, and I literally, after the first day, went, okay, where's my phone? I'm going to put in the schedule for 2 more years because I'll be back. I mean, it's pretty neat. And this week I spent some time with the Goodyear guys talking about LSW tires, so that's fun. That's why I'm in their booth right now and answering questions. We sat with a bunch of your friends, I would say, from Canada yesterday, had a bunch of tire questions, and we're talking to me. We were talking farm, and it was fun. But what a great show.
Yeah. Well, and with all this technology and the artificial intelligence, the autonomy, it also speaks to the fact that we need 5G, because without 5G, honestly, a lot of this is not even close to reality.
Yeah, listen, that is becoming more of a problem I hear in the countryside. I'm a little spoiled because I'm in Illinois, and typically I've got an interstate within 20 or 30 miles, so that cell coverage is pretty there. But man, I've got a lot of friends the farther west I go in the U.S., and in your part of the world, that's a huge problem to have any Gs, let alone, did you say 5? Yeah, I think you skipped a few, my friend. But it's fun. You and I have been doing this a long time, and it's amazing to see the speed that we continue to get this new technology. It's on a pace that's just incredible.
And the last thing, an innovation or a change that I actually can't believe has taken so long is getting rid of the steering wheel in things like combines and tractors. Why has that been such a long time coming? It's about time, from as far as I'm concerned.
The way I've always understood that, because I've asked that question a lot over the years, it's road travel. If our tractors, like a bulldozer or a motor grader, just operated off-road their whole life, no problem. But the issue is, if we're going to take them down public highways, that's where the challenge becomes. But I'm with you. It's fun seeing the new dimensions that are taking place inside cabs as well. Deere's got their new cab. Fence got a cab over here that's phenomenal. All of a sudden, they're getting back to that operator and making it more efficient. We used to have a lot of buttons and a lot of stuff. Well, now they're thinking, well, maybe we had too much stuff, and now they're cleaning it up and making it so maybe, just maybe, someone can get in it and actually use it without getting out the 3-inch manual and trying to figure out. I mean, the fun part is, and I'm reaching for it, there's no manual that came with my new iPhone. And the argument I've said for years is, you can't do much in any of these tractors from 3 or 4 years ago without getting out the manual this thick or calling somebody to help. And the new tractors, they're getting more intuitive, and that's really awesome to see.
Yeah, and you're doing some stuff for This Week in Agribusiness this week too?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm recording some stuff. I do a tech segment every week on that show, and we'll have a report from here. And it's a lot of fun, and seeing a lot of familiar faces like yourself, and it's you get text messages all the time. Hey, Chad, where you at? What's going on? You've been running around like crazy, so it's a lot of fun.
Audience members sending you direct messages saying, hey, make sure you stop at this booth because I want to hear about this innovation. I can't go to the show.
Yeah, listen, when the John Deere Combine came out yesterday, which we knew it was going to be here, it won an award. So like a month ago, there was a picture of it, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, there's the Combine. My phone's going, hey, Chad. So all of a sudden, I went there yesterday, and I took some photos like everybody else. Oh my gosh, I had a whole bunch of messages. Can you go back and try to open some panels and take some more? So I just uploaded like 30 more photos. So here's some more stuff. That's all you and I said it before we got on air here. That's all we know right now. The specs aren't released, so just everybody in the Midwest, just calm down. It'll be fine. It's coming, right? Isn't that right?
Settle, everybody. Okay, Chad, this has been a lot of fun. And have fun the rest of the week here in Hanover at Agritechnica.
Yeah, you bet. Hey, I know you've been running around like crazy, so I'm sure you got to get moving to the next guy.